You guys good? Still see a lot of doing of this. I can feel the electricity in here. We got pizza today. Jeez. You just feel it's a championship day in here. Week 2 of the Big Ten. My job this week is to get our team to understand we've got 2 really tough matches on the road, how to prepare, how to go into those places. I think both are sold out. And that's what we're going to focus on this week.
So that was the one thing that not conference circle prepared you for was the road venues in the Big Ten. What do you do to get them ready for that?
We just talked to them about what to expect, and Kansas State gave us the best feel for that because we're actually playing in 2 small gyms like K-State, so that worked out well for us. So, we've already got experience doing that, so we can refer back to that. But it's just, again, getting them the mindset going on the road.
Is Lindsay back up to full speed, full health?
Yeah.
Again? So playing time for her is based on what's happening at the practice gym between her and Allie. Is that how you?
Yep, they'll compete this week. Yep.
What have you seen from Allie, the opportunity she was given the past weekend to play both those matches to kind of showcase her skills?
Well, Friday she put on a blocking clinic like I've never seen from a left side blocker, so that was huge, even though she didn't hit very well, but she had some tough sets. And then I just thought Sunday was, she was really, really good. First 2 games was killing balls and blocking, passing well, so she was doing a nice job. But those guys are competing as some other positions.
Those 3 players on the national team, it's been kind of normal to have 3 Nebraska players on there. Is there anything that's still surprising about that accomplishment or satisfying for you as a coach?
I haven't thought much about it, but we had some recruits this weekend, and they noticed it and mentioned it, and like one of them said, does anybody ever get upset that there's so many Nebraska players on the USA team all the time? And I said no. I think Nebraska, this experience here prepares them for the world stage, and playing in front of a big crowd and how we train and how we take care of our athletes here, what we call training a complete athlete. So we're preparing them just like all these professors here are supposed to prepare these guys to be able to go out in the workforce and get great jobs, prepare great writers in the School of J. And our job is to prepare these guys if they want to be pros, how to be able to go and manage and handle all that, because it's a tough life, really tough.
Does that give you? Karch said this week that the 3 players on the team were kind of the backbone of the top passers on that team. Does that give you pride knowing that the former Huskers are still carrying that blocking defense to the international level?
Most definitely. It reaffirms what we're doing here at training. It also fires me up because we got to pass better with this group. So be good to have Jordan back here, help these guys a little bit.
What's that going to do for your team, John?
I don't know. Jordan's like, what do you want me to do? I mean, this is going to be a work in progress, how to incorporate her back in. The good news is she's been staying in touch via Zoom wherever she's been in the world. So we have a connection. The players have a connection with her. So I got to figure out how to best use her. And again, it's just it's like adding another person to the coaching staff, the family. Just how to get the most out of her and her feel comfortable.
Do you have an idea what that is right now?
Well, we're meeting here shortly. So I've made an outline. We're going to go through and just, I don't know. I mean, Jordan just got off a plane from Poland, so she's used to that. So she hasn't been coaching, but she has been leading and she's been following us. So we got to sit down and figure out where how we're going to do this, what she feels comfortable.
Regardless of whatever her role is, just how excited are you to have her here instead of being over Zoom and text and stuff? She's in the building.
Well, I'm fired up. She's another Husker. She's a great player. She wants to be a coach. She wants to be at Nebraska. She's very passionate about coaching. And so that energy and that fire, whatever you want to call it, is contagious. And I'm excited to be around somebody that's really passionate about Nebraska volleyball. It's just going to help build our energy, build our culture, all those things. And she's got a lot of wisdom to tap into, a lot. She's got experiences none of us have.
Is she Zooming with you, with coaches, with
No,
players?
just outside hitters. Yeah. She watches practice, watches video, and then our system we have, volumetrics, you can actually just like this play, tag it, and you know, like say, hey, she can get on there and say, go look at this, and she can write notes. And that's how USA does a lot of their communication with their players, especially when they're overseas on different club teams. Karch and those guys are watching video and sending them notes, and so Jordan does the same thing with us. Now today I'll sit down. I don't mark our video. I sit down, but I have a plan on what I'm going to show them, the players I watch video with today. So there's two ways to do it. You can tag it and send it, or just sit down with them and do it in person. But when you're overseas, it's a great option. And Volumetrics, for your information, is owned by Huddle. I did set up that meeting between Volumetrics and David Graff and Huddle to acquire that company because they didn't have volleyball. And this would be a great story to talk to him because David Graff actually got fired by Seamus McKnight as our sports information director. Nate's lasted the longest, and he went out. Next thing I know, he comes back and says, we want to do video for volleyball. So I went through it all, how we do it and everything, because I guess he didn't learn anything when he was sports information. And he said, this is too complicated. Then he went over to Bill Callahan, and that's how Huddle started. Now it's a $1 billion company now. So it's a great story. Just trying to help you guys out, trying to win awards. Win awards and get bonuses for you guys. Anything else?
Yeah, Coach, I have a question. For a long time, it's been true in football, where guys will start playing football when they're maybe a little older, not when they're 8 or 9 years old, and they'll make that adjustment and that jump really quickly. I wonder how similar that is to Amy Jackson. I know she hasn't played volleyball maybe quite as much as some of her teammates, and yet her impact on the court right away as a true freshman is profound. And what have you seen in the trend of the sport, moving more toward athletes being able to move into the sport later in their life and learn the sport quickly?
Well, I'll still say multi-sport athletes end up being the best. And if you look at our All-American wall, most of them are multi-sport athletes. Andy was a multi-sport athlete. Andy's big break, though, came when she made the USA team, and she got to go through an experience. I don't remember what the tournament was. It was a championship or what it was, but she got to play high level against some of the best players in the world at her age group. And I think that's what really, because high school wasn't going to do it, club wasn't going to do it, and then she got here, in January. So those two experiences coming early and then making that USA team, that's what really helped her say, oh, this is how this is what I can do and how I got to do it. And she still has a long way to go. If you really watch a video with her, she makes a lot of mistakes, but she does it going 100 miles an hour. And that's, I think if you ask Coach Rule the same thing, if he's got guys making mistakes, as long as they're going 100 miles an hour, it's okay.
Have you measured how high she jumps?
Yeah, it's like 10-8 or something like that.
John, what are some of the challenges that Purdue will pose to you on Friday?
Just like all the Big Ten teams, they're well coached. They've got great players. They got a great environment to play in, and it's Indiana's the same way. All these teams, they got talent and they're coached, and so you've got to bring your A game.
Okay.
All right, guys, thanks.